Little brother finally gets his get back. Hey, what's going on, guys? Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into the video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. So anytime we have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins interact on our TV screens, it always feels as if Seth Rollins is the little brother to Roman Reigns. As we all know, Roman Reigns probably has the sweetest gig in all of professional wrestling. He only has to work a limited amount of dates, and he gets paid probably more than anybody on the roster outside of John Cena. And it's a sweet gig. Anybody would sign up for it. And as we are on the road to WrestleMania, with this being the go home Raw to WrestleMania, we really had to emphasize and hype up the night one main event, which is the triple threat between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. All night we have had Paul Heyman waiting outside, waiting for the arrival of Roman Reigns. He hasn't spoken to Roman Reigns since he revealed what the favor is, which is him being in the corner of CM Punk for this triple threat match at WrestleMania. So all night we have Paul Heyman waiting out for Roman. It looks as if Paul Heyman has been abusing the spray tan. He looks sort of like a walnut, or if he is half Puerto Rican. And eventually we get to the end of the night where Paul Heyman is continuously waiting. And CM Punk comes out, puts his arm around him and says, "Man, look in my eyes. What do you see?" Paul Heyman responds with cult of personality. And Punk tells him that, no, a friend, a real friend who has your back. And as soon as we see these two guys sitting together, Roman Reigns pulls up. He sees it. He looks disgusted. He heads to the ring. Paul Heyman is chasing him like a sad puppy. Roman Reigns does his usual intro where he's asking the city, which was Sacramento tonight, to acknowledge him. And he talks about how, Sacramento would never betray him. He starts talking about betraying. And then he says, "Wise man, how could you betray me like this?" Paul responds with, "I didn't betray you, man. I'm just paying back a favor that I owe." And then Roman really gets into, which makes a lot of sense. He's like, this favor that you have with Punk, how is it that I'm the guy who's getting screwed out of this? And how is it that I'm the guy who's footing a bill for this favor that you decide to do? Which all makes logical sense. And what makes Roman Reigns so great, and he demonstrated this throughout this whole segment, is his ability to really control a crowd, have the people eating out of the palm of his hands. I think that Roman Reigns has the best facial expressions in all of professional wrestling. Anytime he talks, it doesn't feel like it's a scripted show. It really feels as if this is a guy just shooting from the hip, being real. And I think that's why he's so successful in the position that he's in right now. And then he talks about how, all of these things are going into this match, and how he is not a guy who asks for favors. He just takes what he wants as the tribal chief. The tribal chief doesn't ask for favors. Then he is interrupted by the little brother, Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins comes out and he really kind of gives the usual spiel about how he needs to protect WWE from guys like Roman, who are part-timers, and guys like CM Punk. And then he goes on to talk about how this match is huge, how the fate of the industry is on the line, and the future of the business, which doesn't make a lot of sense in my mind, because just think about the people who are participating in this match. CM Punk is a guy who is approaching 50 and who isn't on the show every single week. He's on the show more often than not, but he's not there every single week. And Roman Reigns, as we all know, is a big-time part-timer. It's already, rumored that he's going to be taking a break after WrestleMania, which makes it more and more likely that he's not going to be the guy who's going to win this match, at least in my mind. And Seth Rollins is a guy who's already started talking about life after wrestling. As we know, he's married to Becky Lynch. He has a child. He wants to be there for his child. So none of these guys are really the future of this industry. And then he brings up the fact that people make choices. And Paul Heyman deciding to pay back CM Punk for this favor is a choice. Him being in CM Punk's corner is a choice. And you see Roman Reigns agree with Seth Rollins and says, "You know what, wise man, he's right." And then he takes out Seth Rollins. You see Paul Heyman just giggling and being joyful. And he's like, "I acknowledge you, my tribal chief." Then we see Roman Reigns just mush Paul Heyman like he is this dweeb that you would stuff in your locker in high school. CM Punk's music hits. Roman Reigns and CM Punk brawl. Roman Reigns gets tossed over the rope. Paul Heyman is in a corner, expressing, going frantic over the fact that Roman Reigns put his hands on him. CM Punk is trying to comfort him. Then he eats a nice little spear, and then we get a call back from the Shield betrayal on Roman Reigns, where Seth Rollins comes back, hits Roman Reigns in the back with a chair, and Seth Rollins is the guy that is standing tall heading into WrestleMania. This was the strongest that Seth Rollins has looked throughout this whole build. I really feel as if, and I think most people feel the exact same way, where this is a feud that is pretty much between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins has really been kind of shoehorned, I think, in a lot of people's minds. Seth Rollins was added to this match to take the pin, but I think we might be getting the opposite. I kind of been flip-flopping when it comes to predicting who is going to win this match. There's been moments where I thought Roman Reigns was going to be the guy, moments where I thought CM Punk was being the guy, and now I'm kind of in the mindset where it's like, I think we could possibly get a scenario where Roman and Punk kind of cancel themselves out, and we get we get Seth Rollins actually picking up the W. Now, I don't think that there's a scenario where we see Seth Rollins walking out with Paul Heyman as his wise man, but it's not impossible. But I'm really starting to feel as if Seth Rollins might be the guy. Now, traditionally, the guy who stands tall heading into the PLE isn't the guy who's going to win the match. You just look out, throughout the history of the way the WWE has kind of booked things. But I think it might make a lot of sense that Seth Rollins is the guy, with Roman Reigns being out of the picture after WrestleMania, with CM Punk kind of being, a guy who's gotten the better out of Seth Rollins the majority of the matches that they had. We might be setting up for a scenario where Seth Rollins is the guy who picks up this big-time win at WrestleMania. But what do you guys think? How did you enjoy this segment? Do you think this was a strong go-home segment setting up to WrestleMania? Who do you think is going to win this triple threat? How did you feel that this was executed? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Are you digging this storyline? Are you not digging the storyline? Let me know in the comment section, guys. And like I said in the beginning of the video, remember to like the video and subscribe. Like the video and subscribe. Like the video and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.